will embark on a new experience, I'll say, I'm going to go to this chocolate shop just so I can write about it. And it's great. So I use it.
I have a little canvas like Paris to work with.
I let it snow as I am.
Hi, I'm Allison St. Cher. My blog is Sure Foods Living. I write about living with gluten intolerance and food allergies. My question is, do you ever get in a blog lull, and how do you re-inspire yourself or inspire yourself to get going again?
Bravo. And could everyone please give their name and their blog name? What do you think, guys?
I had one blog lull. It was on my confessions blog. That I woke up with a case of writer's block, and I just pushed through it, and I never have posts ready to go. I mean, you said you have 40 posts. I'm like, can I have some? I'm just writing the word and submitting it as it happens. But anyway, the day I had an uncharacteristic raging case of writer's block, I did have one post in my arsenal. And it really wasn't a post, it was a chapter of a book that I started to write, and then I decided I'm not a writer, and who am I to write a book? And I shoved it in a drawer on my computer. But, so I was like, well, I have to put something up, so I put it up, and it was the first chapter of this love story that I wrote about my husband and me called Black Heels to Tractor Wheels. And I was like, well, that's the end of my blog, you know. But I pushed through is my point, and I didn't let it take root. So that turned into 45 chapters because people responded to it. And you know, I think when you have a lull, you kind of have a tendency to just, well, I'll come back to the blog later, but you know, just go clean out your closet and take pictures of your cast-offs like I did last week, or go in your pantry and take pictures of your embarrassing, like expiration dates, and make a post about that. It doesn't always have to fit within an acceptable format or topic.
Some of the most comments posts I've had were really short. Like I dropped like a case of eggs in the kitchen. Everybody's watching it. 150 comments.
Because that's the human side. I mean, I think people want to see the human side. So.
Well, the hardest thing for me, like I said, I have all these posts. The hardest thing for me is dealing with the technology of blogging. One of the hard things is when a lot of people start reading your blog, they start expecting it to be a certain level. And they don't want to see typos. They don't want to see, I use movable type, which is very difficult to use. I'm dealing with coding things, and then I'm dealing with foreign characters in different languages and whatever. And if you put something up and I can't see very well, so when I read things, I don't see them. I don't see mistakes. And people flip out when they see mistakes, and they should, because it's very difficult. People expect things to be perfect, and I want them to be perfect too. And I can make perfect brownies, but it's so that's the only thing holding me back from being much more prolific, is I have to really comb through everything. It's driving me crazy.
Sounds like a blog post.
Yes, so I have I do have lulls because I've been at this 6 years, and I'm mostly focusing on recipes, and once in a while I do a book review, which takes me days because I don't like to write, and so if I'm going to honor the author of the book, then I really want what I write to be good, and so I really work in, that's a lot of work. So writing actually is hard for me. It takes me hours to write those notes, and so I can kind of get kind of resentful sometimes of the demands of the site. It's not just the creative aspect of, but more of the constant, all this. 6 years ago I didn't know how to cook, and now I'm like a Betty Crocker, right? Like Dear Abby of the cooking world, where people are constantly emailing me, asking me for advice on how to plan a kid's graduation barbecue, because it might rain. I'm thinking, I don't throw barbecue. I mean, I don't do that. I have kids. I don't know how to do that. And so sometimes it's just really, it can be really tiring. And whenever I notice myself beginning to feel kind of negative, then I think, you know what? You just readers, and they came back, and I'm posting less now than I did 4 years ago. I used to post around 5 times a week, and now I post 2, maybe 3 times a week, and I figure I have to do this so it works for me, and if it doesn't, if it's too oppressive, then that's going to come through in the writing, and it's going to come through in what I'm choosing to talk about. And for me, we were talking about this earlier, my blog is my happy place. it's like this special place where that things are, for the most part, positive, and you get kind of this weird, twisted view. If all you knew about me was my blog, then you'd think, oh my gosh, she's got this really happy life. Well, actually, I've had lots of really horrible things been going on. And for me, my blog is this place where it's a nice, safe, happy place. So it's the place where I put the inspiration. And so if something is beginning to kind of feel weighty, then I just stop. Like, no, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. I'm gonna shop at Nordstrom's. I'm just gonna do something completely different, or go to a lecture, or do something that has nothing to do with food. And in fact, David, you were really helpful to me because David is such a great writer, and I aspire to be as good a writer as he is. And the advice he gave me was to, when you think about writing something, write about it from the perspective of something completely different, like as if you were talking to truck drivers, and to think about just a completely different thing. Well, the only way you can think about talking to truck drivers is to think about trucks. So for me, I have to get out of the house. I have to get out of the kitchen. I have to actually go and explore and read and do things that